So cold this morning. I'm so tired. And there's food. Oh, right, I'll wake up a bit this morning. I will. So the whiteboard actually got a spray. And it looks quite nice white, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it looks quite clean white, doesn't it? So I do like the colour white on the boards. Because I've always liked white boards, I just thought, they wear down quite quick and they have another clear coat. So that's what I'm going to do, instead of just using a white clear coat. I've used white, really durable paint. And now I'm also going to use a white clear coat on top of that. Time to make a coffee, I think. Ooh, I'm tired. Here's the spray there. Morning, everybody. Oh, I'm asleep. I'll show you on the board. So, morning, bro. So I was gonna go on a live thing, but I'm really not feeling great. So we're gonna look at doing the next one with somebody. Also, I'm in a live stream with some people. So I sprayed the board as well, right? Fucking throat. I actually quite like it white. It pops. So that's going to be getting another coating of clear coat. This is just a display board. I like it. It looks nice white. I like the wood because it blends in with the table, but at the same time, giant ass piece of cards. I will just say it makes so much more sense when it comes to making packaging to make it yourself, right? That's why I buy a card like that. I normally not that large, but yeah, I buy a card. Who likes the board in the background now? It's been sprayed. So it's a coating of white paint. I actually think it's really nice. So it's just, I don't even know what it is. It's like really durable shit. And then the other boards have had another clear coat. Clear lacquer, white lacquer. The other board that's going up for sale. This one got sprayed now. So obviously it's just looking white right now, but there actually is a graphic underneath masking tape. It's just I heat transferred the graphic on first, then I sprayed the board. And I don't know, I'm in love with it, man. It looks really clean, and I like whiteboards. And it's not just going to be this, and it's going to end up a coat of clear lacquer. I want to say lacquer, but it's not. That's alcohol in it. Oh, my brain. And then, wait, let me just check that comment out. 2 seconds. Super sick. Yeah, thank you, man. As I say, it's an old board, but I wanted to just make it look. It's an old deck being refurbished, right? I just wanted to make it look fresh and crispy. Now we've got these boards as well. I've decided to be really nice. Obviously, I'm a day late. Well, I'm a few days late with an order, and I've offered a refund, and they said, "No, it's all good." I said, "Would you like, because they've been patient. I'm gonna send one of them. I'll get another one that's sometime the strawberry one, but I'm gonna send him nearly a complete. So I'm moving on with the set spray. I've got skateboards now, so he's gonna get. obviously which board of here is pretty messed up. One of them needs sanding and spraying a bit more. I think it's this one. But then you get the banana one too, so I get the complete collection. This one actually is a dyed, sort of like purple, orange. People can see it. It's sort of purple one above it, then an orange one. And then these two are going to the States. It's misprinted boards. Yeah, they're all heat transferred. For anyone that hasn't seen, but I don't show what I do because people steal your methods, bro. I have people like following along. Like I feel like they're sat over a notepad, like, yeah. So and how do you do this? And how do you do that? Cool. And then when I wouldn't give stuff away, they're like, all right, I'm off now. And I was like, all right then. Also, I'm going to tell people. It's like how I make the wheels. I'm not gonna pattern the wheels of the Formula. I'm just gonna carry on making the wheels. They're like urethane. They're not available yet, because I want to perfect them so they're durable and they don't shatter or crack. It's trying to make a new type of urethane because the industry is just keeping one thing. And urethane takes 24 hours to set. And I'm sorry, like that is long. No wonder they charge people so much. But you don't meant to charge for the time something takes to set or sit in a mold. But they clearly do because you can buy 2 bottles of mix of urethane, 65D up to like 101A, right? And with that, you can make like, I don't know, with that, which is like 30 quid, you can make multiple sets of wheels, like multiple. So I'm just confused why it costs so much. It's a lie, bro. So because it's branding. No, anything that takes time, like I just draw my graphics on a skateboard. Right, I draw my graphics on an iPad. I print them off. I heat transfer them on fingerboards and skateboards. That's a long process. Sticking some formula into a mold and letting it cure is not really a long process. Nature does the process, not you. So I'm not going to go like people that understand it. I just don't understand that like pyro wheels are like 60 quid because they are urethane but used a lot less, and they're charging people 60 quid. It's not right. That's ridiculous. You can literally out of one bottle make probably 100 to 200 fingerboard wheels out of urethane, and it's 20 quid, but you're selling it for 60. Just saying. Do the math. Don't read that up there. Right, make myself a coffee. Oh shit. And if I like patent it or sell it, someone tries to buy it, I just then go back to selling that exact same thing and then take my rights off of being able to make it and sell it and say, well, they own it. So that's why you don't have to get something patented to actually sell or use it. As long as it's using safe ingredients, you can get it tested. They'll have no idea. They can test for toxic chemicals. They can't test for. They could test for every element, but I don't have to tell them it's a new wheel. So when you send it off to a company to test it, to make sure it's got no toxicity in it, so it can get stamped with a UKCA label, one of these things, meaning it's safe to be sold in the UK. You know, the materials have to be safe as well. I'm convinced someone's already made this formula for this wheel before. It wasn't very difficult to make, and for some reason, yeah, no one's doing it. It's just interesting, isn't it? Let's see. I appreciate that, bro. I think you're one of these. If you just want to like send it, give it a go. To me, there's no such thing as a poser. So a poser, someone's going to hold the board. Do you know what I mean? You can hit the it's got a mark. Bear with. I love how people just go, he's a Jew, he has curly hair. Like, bro, I just have curly hair. Right? Oh well, I'm not this interested anyway, wait. If you I am from neither, my guy. I am from the UK. The you okay? No, I'm not okay. It's funny how the UK sounds like, are you okay? It's like the UK. It's like, no, we're not okay. Did you know that every nation nearly is responsible almost for a genocide at some point? Just saying. When there's been raids, tribes, clear outs. I mean, technically, you could actually it's not really genocide, but the Aztecs were just wiped out by smallpox, bro. That was brought over to America. I mean, I know all about history. I literally majored in history, so there's no point trying to like, oh, my knee. There's no point trying to like do on with me on that. I'm not inherently British either. I moved to my family were Mexican. I was born here, so I am inherently, I guess. No, heritage, no. Birthright, yes. I'm good, man. How are you? Just think about these orders. So see, these were misprints. That's why they were discounted. And what made it a misprint was just this slight little snags up here, which is really annoying. So that means I get a 7 half price. That's not annoying. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Sorry, it's quite early still. So yeah, I obviously sprayed my board yesterday. What's my plans for the day? Oh, I don't even know. I should probably finish off a new skateboard. So obviously, I make skateboards. This is a black. I buy the blanks in because I can't press the decks here. This is one of my boards. This is another one, but it hasn't. You can sort of see it. There is a graphic under there. You can't. It's just got masking tape on it at the moment. So what I've done is heat transferred the graphic on, sprayed the board. It's going to get another coat. It's got tape around the edges as well, just to make sure that line is crisp, right, in the exact spot. 7 ply Canadian maple, real good. And it'll sound better once it's not obviously got all this bloody masking tape on it that I'm hitting. And then it's going to get clear coat as well to make the colours proper pop. Yeah, I'm excited. So that's the plan today, really. It's like a 3-day process to make the boards. There's no rush in it. Because I just feel like, if you rush it, it's going to fuck up. 100%. There's no. Oh, I was going to grab my phone. Shit, man. Rain this morning. There we go. We got to work hard. So every job I try and get, I get kicked out, bullied out, signed up. Like, you know what I mean? They don't want me in the workplace. But the dumb thing is, I work very hard. I just think it's because my mental health. I've got BPD, PTSD, and when they see that, they're like, "Oh, he's going to be a liability," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not really." So you just. I understand the judgment in the sense, not understand it, but I understand people judge because there's people who have got mental health who do give stuff a bad name. That's the truth of it. But like, unfortunately, not everyone's the same. Some people are capable of doing something when another person isn't. I fully understand that. So every job I've realised I'm not going to be able to get a job. I have literally had so many jobs. I've had retail. I've worked in a flipping guitar music shop. Right, I've done it, which is a sort of retail one, but I also play guitar there as well, just to like help sell it. So I could play guitar and drums, so help with the instruments a little bit. And part like it was almost connected to the college. So I went to a music college, but people are gonna go up. It's called BAM, Bournemouth Arts and Music, and it's like prestigious. They had like members of Slade go in there, members of Queen. Bear in mind, I know they're UK bands, granted. So it's the king. Well, this country is the founders of rock, in my opinion. Not even in my opinion. You've got flipping Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, my guy. But anyway, yeah, that is what was I saying? Shit, my brain this morning. It's like 100 miles an hour before I can even like. Yeah, I've had so many jobs, and I was like, instead of just not working, because I'm on PIP too for like high pay. I don't have to piss people off because you're allowed to be on PIP and get paid and work. But it's because of slip discs in my spine. It's not all self-caused as well from skating at all. A lot of it was inflicted. A lot of it's nerve damage. So yeah, it's just. But I don't like to be that stereotyped. You know what I mean? Ooh, 1 second. I'm confused what it means, bro. There we go. Oh, What does Adam mean? Oh, what time is it? Yeah, so where I slipped the disc in my spine grinds now for the rest of my life. So I'm on, I don't know if these are for my leg or if the codeine. I think the codeine could be for my spine, and this could be for almost what feels like sciatica down my legs. So when I sit down for too long, I stand up for too long, or I walk too far, I skate too much, or I do too much of anything, I start to get this fiery shooting pain down my back, down the back of my ass and my legs. Really, it's just very painful. So I'm on that, and then I was on morphine, Noromorph and stuff, and then I put on codeine, but I try and not take it because it's, you just truthfully, the thing is, you're still in pain, but it changes your opinion of the pain and your perception of it, which is nice. But I mean, it's just not real, is it? Like if you're in pain, you're in pain, and it's better. I know it sounds bad, but sometimes to deal with that, because if you don't deal with the pain, how are you ever going to deal with the pain? Say if there was like a world supply on medication or tablets or something like that, are you just then going to deal with inactive crisis as well as being in pain, which you've not done before? Do you know what I mean? It sounds really stupid, but that's what I think a lot. In a world that's so panicked all the time as well, you don't want to be caught up dealing with pain that you're not used to. So I'm like, for years I've been, and not because of that. And I was homeless, I couldn't get pain meds because you're not allowed to get medication unless you have an address. And I didn't have an address because I was homeless, so I was just in pain all the fucking time, sleeping. Like how I survived. It was cold in the winter, like really cold. It gets really cold here. Like I mean, people do just unfortunately don't make it through the night. It hits like minus, bro. In the UK, because it's near the seas stuff, and believe me, look it up, ask anybody that's been to the UK. I've asked Australians that have been here too. It is ridiculously cold out here. Even Canadians. I got a Canadian neighbour, and he's lived here for about 5-10 years now. But he even said it's colder here than it is, and it's you can get like minus. Is it minus 50 Celsius some places, which I think is wild. I'm like how, but at the same time, fair play. Like over here, you might hit minus 5 or 10. At like I mean high peaks. That's it. And then like where we are, sometimes hit about minus 4 or 5. Feels like minus 10, but then after with that temperature, feels like your legs are falling. Like it is so horrible. The swelling makes my arthritis so bad. But then I've been to colder countries. I've been snow. It's just weird. It's different. It's weird. I don't understand it. Fucking hell. Oh shit! I'm so sorry to hear that. I started pain in the legs. Is it? 'Cause that's what my farm. I'm sorry to hear that first. That's horrible. I hope he's managing that okay. With pain or pain meds or it's an evil thing really. Injuries like this, because what they do is they're kind of. I don't feel like people feel bad. People suffer it because it's really manageable. It's have a quality of life, if that makes sense. And that's why I do what I enjoy. I feel like if I was never to do anything, it'd be difficult. But I mean, that's why I make sure for some people it could be like watching football or whatever. I still skate occasionally, like every day. But like I mean, not like skate. It's I do ollies and I do stuff like that, but nothing too major. Like maybe some days I'm bringing back my kick flips now, my heel flips, but as I say, sitting down for too long until my pain meds are kicked in, because I took my pregabalin. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's normally throughout the day, it just gets worse. And then on top of that, I've got rheumatoid arthritis as well, which is just hereditary, which just inflames all my joints. But all I said, it's manageable. But I haven't been told by the doctor it's sciatica directly, but he said it will cause like that sort of pain. And I don't know if it is that, because I know sciatica is a completely different condition, but it feels like that sort of pain, and it's either trapped nerves or damaged nerve. It's normally not a trapped one, because normally if it's trapped, it will either die after a time period or something like that. But for some people, if they've had a new injury, that's why sometimes you see me sitting on the chair, I'm actually like this to the side or either side, because setting upright hurts more, and I think it's the not decompression, like compression of the spine. Do you know what? I respect that though. That's it. Live and laugh. Live, laugh, love. Whatever the saying is. But it's true. I said that the other day on the live. I said it. I'm so lucky because I could have been paralysed. They thought I was paralysed at first, but then I started to move. And obviously you won't be able to if you're paralysed, like my bottom part. And you can. I don't know if you're paralysed, you still can get muscle twitches like afterwards, but it was slightly different to that. So, lady, I remember her being like, wait, because my baby. I remember what. So what happened was, as I said, I've told people the story a few times. Sorry if you've heard it, but so you got stair set, and you got handrail, handrail, handrail. You can walk down either side of the handrail, and there's a wall either side. This wall was higher; it went right up, following when you come up the stairs. This level that you're on top of, that wall was parallel to it, and then there was a staircase going down. This wall next to this side, like if you're looking at it, went down like a hubber almost, and then there was a rail attached to it. It's a little bit higher. It's quite a steep fall, I guess. It's like, as I said, about ground. It's like another. This is ground floor. It's first story. It's about halfway up first story. If you would fall directly off of there, but if you don't, you lock in. So anyway, coming off staircase, there's a flat bit, and then another stair set. So in total, it's probably about 15 stairs or something like that. It would have been a steep handrail. I wouldn't have probably done it if it was straight handrail. I'm not Niger. Fair play to him. But anyway, my brain's not looking into it. Anyway, I went to a blunt side. I think it could have just been a blunt side, or I went to a lasers because I love lasers. Right, front 360 front shove it. None of my mates could get that onto any grind. I mean, I wanted to always get into a nose blunt, but that's just like someone tell me they've done that and I'll give you $1,000. I'm serious. But anyway, my brain. Give me a minute. If anyone's got ADHD or know what I'm on about, my brain's like going through like 100 different things. And I want to explain my next injury next one. So anyway, go to lock in, get to the first kink, right? So you don't obviously go onto the level bit, you ollie off the stair set onto it. So that gives you the time to do the front side shove it, because you don't, that's why people say, how do you get a front side shove it up onto a rail? I'm like, well, you don't. You kind of, it's like the same height as you when you've ollied out. Well, gone out and done it, So anyway, I've gone blunt side, hit the first ring, kink. I can't remember if it was the first kink, which is the downward kink, which then levels out, flat bit, and then another bit, or it was the second bit, because it was so small. But it gave me a little bit of approval to like slow down, I guess. Do you know what I mean? But the ball somehow just slipped out. I don't know if it'd been over wax or anything like that. Then I shot back instead of being able to put my feet because you're kind of kicking in the air like you do. And I went because then that was such a small section, and then it was down again. Where I kind of came off, I fell about 2 more feet out, which would have added probably about that much more height to it. Plus my body height kind of popping because when I done it, I kind of kicked back off. So actually, rather than just falling, because when you're on a blunt side, you do not want to fall because when you're doing a blunt side and you put too much pressure that way, the ball can whack you in the face because it's like a balancing act with a blunt side. They're very difficult. So normally you would just kick the ball away and then you would jump back maybe, and then I'd like grab onto the rail, hop onto it, so I wouldn't hurt myself. But this time I was going at speed and I didn't expect to come off. And then all my mate coming to, I was laying on the ground because it was the bottom staircase. They had actually moved me. I like fell onto the rail sort of because the end had a little. The middle bit had the end one didn't have a notch, so I was skating. But the one I fell onto, the middle one had a notch, which sort of kind of propped me up with my jacket, caught on it and snug. But I landed like that, almost like the Hulk or whatever that thing is where you slam someone onto your knee. I knocked myself out too because I'd hit my head, had come around and wrapped and hit myself around the head on the rail. Brutal. And when I came to, obviously they thought I broke my back. I was on the floor and they said they were going to get me airlifted. So it was just an awkward spot. It was through fields and stuff just to get to it, like the roads. It wasn't just like, it's back, it's countryside. Can't say countryside, it's more like, it's not like London. It's more like Dorset. People know Dorset at all. But like I say, that one and my torn ACL. As you know, compound fracture, where the bone came out my arm. Actually, it's still probably the most visible scar I have. But yeah, it's had to be pinned together my arm. It looked weird like a honey puff. But yeah, so it looked like a honey puff at one point. Do you know the shape of a honey puff? Hello, sorry. I thought sometimes it says say hi. I can picture it. I mean, I appreciate that, but I'd never done it again. So truthfully, like, I strive forward to a degree. And the thing is, I wasn't even conscious when it happened. Like, it happened so quick. And because I knocked myself out, I don't really remember the first few minutes beforehand either. Like, what the fuck happened there? The worst, as I say, the worst probably was like my torn ACLs, or when I came off. Um, I'm unsure now because it was nearly the same spot that I actually had a compound fracture. Compound fracture is too much of a lighter word for it as an injury. 'Cause it's literally a completely broken bone, and the bone coming out the arm. I don't know how compound fracture just sounds too light to me. But so when you're going to, I was trying to just ollie over this rail, which was then just a straight, first it was like one ground, like to ground floor drop, right? And I like that. I prefer roll in to drop. I prefer to roll in, or I prefer to roll off the same. I don't like standing on the tail and dropping in. I don't never have done. It just freaks me out. I'd rather literally roll in off of a garage roof. That's like a story and up, like story and up. You know what I mean? Like above ground floor first, and just tuck and roll, then do it. I don't know. I feel like it carries me out and it swept my leg away, and I just either hit my head on a coping or something would go bad. I don't like it. Being a street, it's just I really gravitate to that street skating. So we were trying to ollie over this. Imagine this is a wheel coming along. We're just trying to bone out some ollies over this thing. We got some. My mate blown out his bushings. He used my board. My other mate landed on the tail and snapped his deck. So then we're all with one board. I'm like, okay, so we're taking turns. We're chucking the board up to each other, as we're coming down, and then we go up the stairs again. It's the same stair set we were doing, but it was a little bit further down, so you'll have to come back up around again. And I went to do it, and I don't even know what happened, but I know like the kingpin was getting very loose or something like that, and I blamed it on the kingpin, but it definitely wasn't. It probably just didn't bone out enough. But I went to do a proper boned out heel flip, but the back wheel was saying got caught on the thingy. Then I kind of managed to step back onto the rail a little bit, but then dropped. But like, because where I was leaning, I was like, fuck, but the board had already fallen and rolling. And then I dropped, went to tuck and roll, but landed on the board on my arm like this. So I didn't even roll away in the end. I just went, I heard this crack, thought the board had broke. Got up to roll it. I was like, I'm all good. Then went to do a heel flip and a kick flip to play it off because I looked like an idiot, felt like an idiot. It was a bit sort of busier spot as well. My mate was like, your arm. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I go to pull down my sleeve and I couldn't. And then, yeah, I see it. I did. It made me freak out a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my arm. And then when I came to in the hospital again, so I kind of went in and out of consciousness after a while, because weirdly you don't bleed a lot because it's like plugged up the spot. You know what I mean? Like, the more you move it, like if you move it a little bit, it's going to be grim for people. But if you could move it a little bit, it's like grinding and cracking feeling. And it was sharp. It hurt. There would sometimes be a bit of blood that would like leak more through the side because where you'd move it, it would like kind of the skin around it would move. I know it's horrible. Oh, it makes me feel even grim, to be honest with you. But I was on painkillers in the hospital, all good, all Gucci. And then when they're about to because I'm living on my own at this point, so they can't let me out until they know that I'm sober and I still stayed in there, but I've never been sobered up so quickly. She was like, so I've had a compound fracture, and I obviously didn't know what that was. She was like, so just to explain, this is where the bone is like broken completely and come out your arm. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like thinking I've lost my arm. She's like, no, you're fine. She said, just gonna need to. I was on physio, but you need to work it after like probably I think it was like 3-4 months that heals it. It's ages that one was. But that was before I could properly even use it, like even slightly at all. Love, bro. It's all good, man. I don't want to scare people skating. If anything, it's wear protection, wear gear. I know probably will start wearing a helmet again. At least protect your brain. Facts. Well, I was born in Wales, and I know that I feel like the Welsh and Irish are slightly closer. I'm joking, obviously. There's always that planet between the Welsh. I mean, the English take the piss out of the Welsh, right? And the Welsh take the piss out of the English. And then everyone takes the piss out. But it's like, we can only do it because we're all Dutch. Or what it's like. I love how it's like UK as well. It's like the UK. I don't know why that's how I hear it. Anyway, yeah, much love. Much love. I appreciate that. Have a good day. And I love sharing my stories with people because hopefully it's like a bit of motivation. Like, shit, if you can keep pushing through that, then what am I on about? I mean, also, I don't know what people are going through individually. I have no idea. But someone might generally just be like, oh, my phone broke today or something. Like, my phone blew up the other day. The battery was just, I was like, okay, get it dealt with. Luckily, my partner did really push me to get that dealt with, but still. I'm so excited to spray the boards down today, man. Did I show everyone the other book? Well, so this ball I'm going to be doing today, maybe a new graphic, but that's going to probably be for a sponsor. And I've decided, out of all the people I'm going to sponsor, it's got to be Rory. And it's only because this kid skated 8 months. He's put in all his time and there's someone who can do a McTwist, but Rory can't even properly heel flip yet. And people might be like, why would you pick? It's just how I stand. This kid has broke his collarbone and he's still gone. Well, I'll be back at it like next month. You know what I mean? He's nuts. He's dropped in a 14 foot. I'll tell everybody everything he's done in 8 months. Right? He can do rock and rolls. He can do. He comes out of a flipping mini ramp. There's like a box, a switch box, right, with like two mini ramps and a flat bank or driveway and some steps coming off it. He comes up, goes into a 50-50 axle stall, airs it, and then kick turns out. Yeah, 100%, man. And he is, because he's reminds me of me when I was younger. Yeah, so I'm 25 and I'm not like the youngest, like some older people who skate, but I still grew up without phones in our pockets all the time. You know, I remember a time before Facebook and YouTube, and it's crazy. But anyway, so you learn by falling over how this kid is doing it, not by sitting there on his phone going, well, actually, if I maybe move my foot like this, and he's just sat there like, yeah, maybe lock in a little bit, but then once you've got that, just remember your foot placement and just send it. And once you keep doing it, your body will start to realize. Don't do it the wrong way, obviously, if you really feel like, because you'll train your body to flip the board the wrong way. But proper lock in, focus on the hang time, focus on the delayed flick, and you'll get there and stuff. But I always say to people, don't go for ollie kickflip straight away. Go for control of the board, and that's what he's done. He's actually landed a heel flip. I'm actually happy to show people. To be fair, he landed a heel flip for 8 months. He's done rock and rolls, rock fakies. He can rock and roll the flipping spine, and this thing is like 5 foot. That's impressive for 8 months. He can ollie. He's done. I said he's done a heel flip. Bro, he's dropped in a 14 foot and aired an 8 foot gap. There's like a quarter pipe, right? It's not really a quarter pipe, it's an extended one with like a massive flat bank in between. And then an 8 foot gap, it goes small into a bit of an hip, and then there's a spine, but he's airing the hip part. And there's two copings. He has sent it, he's doing like an indie grab, a melon grab. Like, bro, do people not really, that's so difficult. Dropping 14 foot to fly out, to do a fly out's hard enough anyway, right? If you have only skated 8 months to get that control, then to do an indie grab and have the right confidence in the placement to land at an angle that's like it's not a direct vert, the next one that it goes into, but it is close enough to being like quite a steep hip. Yeah, that's the way. Anyway, it's more like a rolling. Like it's a less, not as a steep a rolling. But that's still hard because I mean, if anyone's ever ollied on something like that, you slip out because your body you've just come from one angle, and to land and readjust in another one takes ages. I've tried to ollie flat back when I first started skating into a flat bank. I struggled with that. Like the board for some reason it carried on slipping out. I was like, why can't I? And then it was like learning to point your nose forward and then like locking your legs and then kind of drop in with it in sack almost. And that's why things look steezy or lazy. But then people add oversteez. But anyway, moving on with that. He has shown so much persistence. He has done me some fan art, right? He tags me in all of his posts. That's dedication. It's key. But he's also not persistently annoying like some people. Well, you might not care, bro. That's fine. But clearly people do care because there are people literally liking the post right now, and you're the only one that clears to not care. And if no one does care, they actually fuck off. It's a magical thing called skipping. But no, you choose to have an opinion, but that's cool. Thank you for the engagement anyway. But yeah, plenty of people care, bro. Plenty of people care. It's not our fault. You have a sad life, right? You just sat there angry, right? I'm sorry, it's true. I say it as it is. Grow up, get a life, get a job, do something. Don't be useless. I have so many fucking injuries. I could have just been angry at benefits bum and rinse everyone's money. But no, what do? I still work. I still want to provide people with an affordable skate company. This will always be. This is like I'm trying to do like Thrasher, right? Not like Thrasher, but I mean in the sense of a skate company, but also we've got skateboards, fingerboards. I made a new type of wheel, made a new type of wax, and I'm not going, oh, I want a patent or I want to make millions. I'm like, cool, I'm just giving it to people at a less of a price. Other companies have been really hating on me. That's the truth of it. Because this glow in the dark fingerboard is probably one of the coolest on the market. You can Google glow in the dark fingerboards. It's the fourth one to come up on Google without putting my company name. Say nobody cares. That does show some care. But it's glow in the dark. And even other companies have been asking how I do this. And I'm like, I'm not telling you, am I? How I've made my boards so durable, not telling them. How I made the new wheels, I'm not fucking telling them. See, get lost, bro. They do care. Thank you, guys. I'll be honest with you, it's getting to that point where people will really start, I can tell, sticking up for the company. It's not me, it's the product, it's skating itself, it's the culture you're then taking the piss out of, not me. You can take the piss out of me and say I look like I'm in drink for a hedge backwards. I do not care. But skate culture, bro, you're going to get vultures like ripping at you. I promise you that. That's just it. The thing is, there's always people that can't skate that are angry at skaters. That's what I've always believed. They're like, oh, they wanted to do a kickflip when they were younger and they couldn't, and they were bullied out of doing it. Not always, just maybe. And I'm trying to change that culture, obviously, try and be more inclusive. But damn, there are some nasty people that I really don't want as part of my community personally. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, personally, go away. I don't care if I have 1 million followers or 50. I'd rather have 50 real people. You know what I mean? And if I have to filter through these people by saying things that I know people who are arseholes don't agree with, then I'm okay with that. See what I mean? You have the best time, bro. And I respect that because, I mean, growing up in UK as well is like challenging because other countries have literally got the you go to Barcelona, you've got the architecture for it. Like, I know it's not made for it, and they don't really like to allow it all too much in certain areas, but this country's got the crustiest curbs. In America, you've got those metal bits on curbs which make grinding. So Americans go, bro, why don't you just grind that curb? And like, do Americans not understand that we don't have metal coping on curbs here, or like any of them? Like, there's some like in cities, and then they had skate stoppers to everything that you could skate. I mean, quite literally everything. I went into Salisbury yesterday, right? One of the main. It's like a city because it's got a cathedral here, right? It's quite nice. It used to be quite cool few spots to skate there, but they've added skate stoppers everywhere. About Birmingham, London, Wales. Uh, Wales is pretty shit, Cardiff, but I mean, anyway, it's all terrible to skate. So the fact that people do manage to skate it, um, I saw somebody using skate stoppers as Zoka. So there was a bench. He was just using the last bit, but he was going in at a slight weird back tail, but he was angling. He was using his heel to bump off of the skate stopper, and then he was doing like a shove it out. I was like, that's fucking awesome. That is what you do. That's a big fu, but in the politest possible way. And it's like, oh, okay, you had this skate stopper. You might want to raise that a little bit, or like when people, I don't even know. There's those bollards you pull up right out of the road to stop cars going through. There was one that was slightly bent. A car drove into, and we were like volleying up it, and so it's like this, and we just, but not that obviously that high, and then shove it in out. And my mate done a flipping. It was like it wasn't like steep. It was like my mate done a flipping heel flip on it and back down on it. I love it when people do it on a rock or something because the way their legs have to sag down, but your body stays in like this similar sort of upright position, and your legs swing around like a pendulum. Bro, I always say people, you get so confident with like street skating. People always like, how do you skate so good on a ramp sometimes? Because I can go do rock and roll, rock fakie and stuff like this, and like you don't even transition or vert. And I just say that's street skating, I think, because I keep getting my words wrong. Skate some of the crustiest curbs and the scattiest spots, bro, with stones everywhere. The other day I got so mad. I wish I recorded it. It was so funny. I got thrown off by I was like, okay, cool, got up, pushed again. Literally, as soon as I chucked the foot down, throw down, like pushed, jumped onto the board, I hit a stone again and came off. I was like, oh damn it! Picked up across the road. I was like, there's no stones here. Fucking done it again tonight. And I was like, that's it. Picked up, walked back, put my ball down. Like came back, put it down inside. I was like, that's fucking mad. I didn't go for a skate. I sat there like having a bloody sulk because of the stones. I don't mind being honest about it. Not a sulk. I was like, whatever then. But I mean, that was self sabotage for one. And I just felt shit. But it shows you like how fun. And they say you don't grow up. You grow up because you stop having fun, right? Or whatever the fucking saying is, or you just, you don't grow up. Wait, you don't. Fucking hell, my brain. Oh well, people get what I'm saying. I know people know what I'm saying, and it's true because I'm sat there like if I was a skater as anything else, that wasn't so fun and like fulfilling for me. I'd have probably been like, oh well, I'll just go and do some tasks. But you can say it's weird that you get like really upset about it, but at the same time, it means I'm so fond of it. Meaning it's such a good. I have an addictive personality, so I'm either going to be drinking truthfully or something like that at some point with depression, or I'm just trying to get myself in a better place. And skating is just the soul, body, mind. It releases dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. It releases, I mean, all of them, because I mean, dopamine's a rewards. You land a trick, it's the rewards. So you won't get that every time, but that's when you've really been battling out, when you get close. Serotonin is just your natural uplifting mood, like feel good anyway. But then obviously, endorphins is from a workout. And when you're working, like skating burns crazy calories, bro. People don't understand how lean skaters stay to the point. I put on a lot of weight when I stopped skating after my injuries. Like, look how much skin I had. Yeah, I put on muscle at one point as well, so it's part of it. But I was a lot bigger, and I went lean again as soon as I started skating. I mean, super lean. I got like I could eat like you'll burn 500 calories an hour in a casual skate. So if you go and eat, like if I was to go and have a McDonald's and skate for an hour anyway, boom, I've just burned that Big Mac off. Like that's why I'm not. But there's barely any sports where you burn that many calories off. There really isn't. You can look up football because there's so many things that aren't that engaging at the core. Where skating proper is. That's what my plan is, bro. It's funny you say that. I'll get my iPad up now so you don't think I'm just trying to be like, yeah, this is my plan. So I wanted to do a community interest company, which would be a free skate park. So it means yes, it'd be a near warehouse, but there's a community. It means it's like a charity. It's for the people. You know what I mean? It means I don't necessarily get paid as much or whatever, but I don't care about that. I also want to do. I help the homeless and poverty, children in poverty because I was homeless. Um, Anything, man. I want to be someone in the UK that uses my entrepreneurial business worth to not like just go and buy a house in Mallorca and Alicante and do all this shit. Like I want to change the UK, and people would go, "Oh, I want to change," but you could if you keep investing, you keep working your ass off. Like I know nothing but work. Like from being homeless to this, I've seen. I was in a bag home. All I say is all I can say I've been through to give people kind of perspective. I've been attacked in London with something. I've lost 7 mates. I don't like literally don't really have any close friends anymore because they all passed away. I was an addict for years. I was in abusive care homes, abusive childhood. As I said, homeless, abusive ex. I've been to jail, right? For like, it was remanded. I was let out. It was all good, but changed my life around. And now, because I've seen that area of life and how everyone's just treated just like scum and da-da. Granted, some people are scum. That's just the truth of it. But a lot of people are just, there are people and that they've been pushed out by society, a system we don't realize is so broken that it's broken them. Because people say to me now, I actually realize why the system I've been broken. It's led by this government. I fucked in it. So that's why I was like, yeah, my social worker just left, went on holiday, didn't pass over my case. Then I have something called a PA, pathway advisor, when you turn 18 care, didn't get that. And I called up saying, well, I'm a care leaver. And they said, so I really, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then so I woke up, someone trying to tip petrol on me and set me alight, and it was a load of drunk lads on a night out. So you really just get like a view of that the society. And I could be like, well, fuck you, it would just be like, society really needs help. It's broken, and there's reasons for that. So either with the skateboards or the fingerboards, 100% the proceeds, my profit will go into the charity as well. So that's why I'm saying I'm not going to necessarily, because with a community interest company, I can pay staff. That's not charity. It's like I can pay staff, but I don't personally want profits from that. I want that to be just like my hobby. And what also encouraged me is the people I'd done the business course with, they were like self-made millionaires, and they do this course for free for people who really need it and like rock bottom. And I got offered it because it's like endorsement, but I wanted that. I mean, if you go onto my website, you'll see I've got a certificate. You can contact them, and you can find them on the internet as well. But there's like three self-made millionaires. One guy was a window washer in London, and now he's got a company that washes windows on the Shard and everything like that. So a lot of money, as you can imagine. And it's weird because you think, how can you make millions from just one little thing? But you can. It's just reinvestment and being smart. And he owns companies across like I think 3 or 4 cities in the UK. The other lady, that's my actual business coach, she had enough money to let her kid. And to me, I think this is a little bit snobbish. This is what I won't be like, but at the end, this is just my opinion. She, lovely lady,
but obviously different upbringing. I feel like it's better use for money than that. But a kid to try 5 or 6 different businesses and have them, and you can imagine business is expensive to start, bro. It's anything to get funding to then get even merch. It depends what you're doing, really. Like if it's a physical product like skateboards, obstacles, merch, like I've done this, very very pricey. Like, I don't have anything nice for myself anymore, but it's 100% worth it. In my opinion, anyway. If you like don't like living, if you like playing Xbox all the time and you know, shit, then just it's not for you. But my Xbox has been plugged off for like unplugged for like it's got to be like a month now, maybe to be honest with you. And I maybe play a bit some games on my phone or something when I'm getting a bit of chill time, but. And then people could be like, oh, what's like a quality of life? Because you don't want to just work all the time. But if you enjoy your work, then it's absolutely amazing. Because you feel like you're not being lazy, you're doing the right thing, and people around you who don't enjoy work. But this is why I also want to be able to open up careers for people to be like, I want to, with the skate park, I want to expand on that, have a team of skaters. I've also got the sponsors, but then I'm asking them at some point if they want to be team skaters who, you know, obviously everyone has to get DBS checked and CBS checked to work because I'm not having none to flip it. I'm generally not, so I don't even bother. Like, because I know I'm not gonna lie. I know I've blocked people on here that go, "Oh, has anybody got Roblox on here? Has any kids want to play Roblox?" I'm like, bro, don't even, because I'll find you straight up. I will. I would just like that person. If I know they're wrong, I just don't care. People go, I just dox them. If people go, it's wrong, you can't do that. I'll be like, well, I don't care. Don't be a wrong to kids. Not in my UK, straight up. Okay, you know, we look after the women and children. That's what we do. Right. Anyway. So yeah, none of that weird shit. But anyway, everyone get background checked. Anyway, I know the people anyway. Rory's a kid himself at the moment, but by the time I have the warehouse, it'd be brilliant. Because I want to have almost like a camp. Is it Woodwards? I can never say it in America. Because we have nice summers over here. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a skate summer camp, right? But I want one where the parents can come, right? There'll be a place where parents can stay as well. Because if you're an old dad who's got, you know, you're a skater too, yeah, there's a spot. You know, you could come and have fun. Because why not? That'd be amazing. Like if I was a dad and I had a kid and I was used to skate, you know, in the 90s or something, that'd be brilliant. I'd be like, yeah, I'll come for a skate. Obviously, you don't have to cramp the style. You can have your own spot. There could be like an adult skate bar for like the parents, and there could be a place where it's like a break for the adults too. There could be a little bar if you do have a drink or something like that. You know, the kids are gonna be like, there'll be like counselors and team, like what do you call it, like dorms. I just think it'd be awesome. That's what I want to work towards because then that's something for the kids as well as a community. Because we've lost Cubs, Scouts. I know there's some stuff like that, but like fucking everything, man. And no one is working towards a better future. They're our future. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, when we are 60, they are going to be potential next politicians in control of our wages, our pensions. You know what I mean? Like, and we're just like, fuck it. No, I don't. I'm afraid. But I think it's a good. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think yes, it'll take a while. Yeah, it's gonna take a good. I've already been in contact. I was gonna get my pad, but no, I've been in contact with Heron Skateboards, which is massive. If people know how, it sounds dumb to be able to have people know Heron Skateboards. Of course, if you can know Heron Skateboards. I mean, literally, probably one of the most iconic skate companies to come out of the UK. And he's a very, very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the people who I was gonna sponsor seem very pissed off that I got a message because I've been skating for years. And at the end of the day, bruv, so have I. I've just gone about making a business now. And I think if a skater can set aside his own skating addiction to, because it's if you've ever done it, you want to work and then just skate. You want to do as little as anything else as much as possible so you can skate as much as you can, right? I used to skate like 3 o'clock in the morning because I work night shift sometimes. I'd be like, that's it, I've got to, you know, I'd be work from 3 in the morning, like 3 in the afternoon to 3 in the morning, then I'd go for a skate. In the quad, bro. In the quad. What do you mean? Am I running 5? Are you saying what? But I don't have 5G. I have Wi-Fi. I have 5G and Wi-Fi. So what was I going to do? See, obviously, if I was going to show people that I've actually been in message with, I can't show the messages because it's just rude. I mean, I think that's confidentiality right there, being broken. But. What I can do is this. Oh, that's rad boards. I've moved over to the chat now, damn it. 1 second, everybody. As I say, I can't show people exactly because I don't want to break confidentiality. But yeah, as you see, it's my chat, Skate Addiction, Herring Skateboards. Sorry to hear about your injuries. Like, it's been a really, yeah, glad you're doing okay. That's all I can happily show. But my point is, that is such an achievement that I could not believe. I still haven't been able to wrap my head around it. So if people obviously want to be like, real recognize real. That saying is true. Like they will there's so many people for them to filter through, but they've definitely been seeing my stuff because my stuff I've been told, especially in America as well, it's getting quite popular. Like some of my boards, because I didn't realize how many of my boards were already over there. I forgot. But it's funny because someone's already sold one of my boards again because it's like, I don't know, they upsold it as well by quite a bit, bless them. But only because I went fingerboard. I messaged him. I said, look, do you enjoy fingerboard? He said, personally, I could not get the hang of the fingerboard. But, we didn't upsell it. I mean, he sold it for the same price, but he said it sold like wildfire. So that went back, he sold that to America. So that's really weird that one of my boards has already been sold. At first, I took it as an insult. I was like, bro, he's literally selling one of my fingerboards. But he was like, I noticed he had messaged me going, bro, sorry, bro, I really love the fingerboard, I really do. I just can't fingerboard, I can't get the hang of it. And I just, at the moment, I need the money as a job. Fair enough, bro. He said it sold like that, though, and went to America. So I was like, shit. It's really like second hand, but not in a bad way. Do you know what I mean? Which is pretty sweet. Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm going to do today, to be honest with you. I'm going to go out and spray the boards. It's a tad early right now. Just a tad early. But yeah, I hope I'm having a good day. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't wait to fingerboard. It's just too early at the moment, because if I fingerboard too much, I piss off my neighbour, and I'm not trying to be like that. But yeah. So this is where we just sit here awkwardly at each other. Oh, damn it. Anyway, yeah, so if anyone who didn't see it yesterday or hasn't seen a post, this is the board that's been sprayed out. I like whiteboards. Whiteboards, right? I was thinking of doing that on a skateboard, is actually getting a board, so it will be white anyway, doing clear coat over it, so it's still protected. It won't, even if you do wear down, but then doing a whiteboard sort of paint on it, so you could have like a game of skate, right? It'd be well funny because you could be like, right, rules of skating. You could do like a, what's it called? Tally. Yeah, you'd have a game of skating. You could that's one mark down, and then I don't know why, but I felt like that's such a cool idea to do a whiteboard. Obviously, this isn't going to be that, but do a whiteboard on the skateboard. Why not? Tally off game of skate. That's perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like, or half it's a graphic and part of it's got like at the bottom of the tail, just underneath it, it could be like game of skating. It's like, or it could be a graphic where it looks like a guy's holding a list of he's like the ref, but it actually has a part on it that you can actually like a whiteboard part on it. That's awesome, bro. See, I come up with ideas on the spot, like just kind of cool. I mean, come on, I can't tell that's cool. So imagine like a third person perspective of me looking down at a piece of paper with a list. That's what it would look like. So you might see a shoulder, and there'd be a whiteboard there, and then you could personally write do a tally on it, so you wouldn't have to keep score. I mean, it's not that hard. SKA. I thought I spelled it wrong then. Yeah, TE. Well, no way, I thought I spelled the word skate wrong. It's crazy. But yeah, I think it's actually come out quite nice white. Obviously, if you can see this on it, there is a graphic underneath this. This is just masking tape. But I think it's quite a nice white. It's like a glacier polar or whatever you call it, white. I don't know what this white's called. I'm trying to act smart, like I know the color of the name of the color of the white, but I don't. It's just fucking white in it. it's just fancy, but it's just a nice bright white. And then the other color I had was a green, which I'll be honest with you, it's just not really gonna hit. I'm not gonna use green on. It needs to be. Well, it can be this because it can be. It's unless it all actually be like what, but then this is actually used on everything, right? For one, most things, ceramics, plastics, but it's bendable and it's non-cracking paint. And this is what you need on a skateboard. Obviously, the graphics are heat transferred, like an industry standard way, but I'm not wasting this much ink on a heat transfer for a whole color of the board. It is so much easier to paint it and then coat it and spray it, and the board's like completely level and smooth. It's not like, so I put the duct tape over to do the spray painting. Obviously, it's a very thin coated paint. It's not thick for one. But then when you do the clear coat, any slight potentially feeling like there's an inconsistency, it won't be. But there isn't anyway. I mean, if there was, it just completely polished out, and then it looks like, where the fuck did I put it? Shiny. Okay, that one's not the best, but this one's quite nice. So tempted to spray all my boards because obviously they technically all need coat. There's some of them that haven't actually even been coated yet. Some that I just skated, like, I can't say fingered, bro, but I feel like I have to, but it just sounds so dumb. Things I fingered straight out. Oh, I'm funny sometimes. Things I fingered. That's dumb as shit. Right, anyway, let's find the. What's I gonna do? I don't even know, guys. I might do a fail video. I'm thinking to show people all the times I fell off the board in the last year's a happy little recap to why I am gonna be. I have a skate company rather than actually being a pro skater anymore because I'm shit. You know, some people do and some people don't. Doers and don'ters, right? I'm in love with the Coca. So I'm actually in love with this board now, though. I don't want to sell it, bro. That's it. It's off the market. It's not happening. It's mine. My precious. That's kind of what I feel like with it. Like, I genuinely feel so. They're my boards. They're my ramps. Get away. My beanies. I don't need it. Obviously, I don't need them all, but. Skills, bruh. Skills that I do not have. As I say, it's a bit early. Truthfully, it really is. I know it's 8. How the fuck did I make it through the last few days fingerboarding so early? Or did I not? I don't remember. That was accidental. That really was. I'd like to admit, yeah, that was on purpose. Yeah, no. Rude. There's one thing that's annoying though about actually, I know it sounds really, it's going to be the most pettiest fucking issue in it. It's like when you drop your fingerboard, it's like really. But you know when you're got ADHD and you drop something, it's like, ugh, why? I don't want to pick it up now. I can't bother. That's literally the move. That's the mode. That's the mode. So last night, this is what I mean by I'm only going to ever be seen as a businessman again. I turned around and said to the group chat I skate with, I turned around and said, anybody want to buy a board? Everyone's like, how much? What size? When? Where? I'll be there. I'll give you my bank card. I'll buy. I take out a mortgage. Obviously, they didn't say that. I'm taking this, but I mean, it's really sweet. But at the same time, when I'm like, bro, who's up for a skate? Who's doing this? Everyone's just like, it's like a ghost town. You hear crickets. It's like, oh, and I mean, I guess people don't see me as a human being. They just see me as like Mark Zuckerberg version 2, fucking weird. And they understand it. We're all the same. I just chose to put my art onto a board. That is quite literally it. Like, you know what I mean? I think this is probably why Tony Hawk and people like that actually try to remain normal because it's just probably quite. It's not nice if you're a skater to be, you know, because you aren't. You are like quite literally shit at skating is why you started a skate company. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's me. I'm joking. Taking a piss on myself. I'm okay at skating, but it's not why I started. It's because the injuries. I still want to be involved, but I mean, I don't want people to be like, I'm just an artist who put my art. I'm not saying people do that. I just want it to be more like chill, bro. That's the whole point. And it's more of a community. I mean, I wouldn't be here without the customers, and the customers wouldn't be here without me. I don't even like to say it like customers because that's truthfully, if you're going to call it as it what it is. But it's my hobby, and people just like to, get boards, and then I guess, nothing's free. That's the way to put it. They take me like quite, same with the skateboards. That was always a goal to make when I was younger. I wanted to skate first, but after I had all my injuries, I wouldn't be sponsored by this guy at the skate shop. He said, well, that's why I started a skate company, because nobody would sponsor me, and I had a lot of injuries. So I was like, and that played on my mind for years. And then I ended up, starting a company. So, but I want to get a lip slide, my guy, right? I don't know what it is about lips. Lips. I like lip slides. They just feel so good. Especially when you come over and do like a... I know it's not a lip. I'm gonna go mad in it. Grr, angry. What is that? I know what it is. I'm not trying to do an overcooked. I'm trying to do a lip. I want a lip. It's funny because that's what I mean by the small lip tricks are harder to control sometimes. Like just doing a simple little switch flip. That's that. You know what I mean? Switch flips, kick flips, nollie flips, varial hills. Sometimes quite easy, but I feel like weirdly doing a switch ollie and then being able to get it into a lip slide is not easy. It's like taking the piss out of me right now. 50-50. Do you know what? The coping hates me in real life and on a fingerboard. I don't even get it. I don't even get it. Rock and roll. I can't actually really rock on this. It's not enough space. And fuck off. I can't do those. How do I? A blunt 180. That's what I'm trying to get. A blunt 180. Oh, my damn fingers. They don't move as quick as I want them to. Damn age. I'm joking. We're gonna act like we got that. We're just gonna imagine for 1 minute, right? That was slightly successful. I really do see it coming into play now about like in the next year coming to America, only because of how well the company's been doing so far. The fact that English is doing better than my fucking English, right? And the fact is, I've already been in contact with some bigger skate companies, which is like blow my mind a little bit. I didn't expect that. Like Herring Skateboards, they're out in LA, and I think that's where he's based at. But he's from the UK, so I'm sure if I said, bro, that I want to fly over, is there any way we could do? He said he would love to like meetups and things like that. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. This is really taking off. I mean, last year everyone was like telling me, like not everyone, but people. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Make skateboards. I said I don't even care if I don't want to be rich. I just want a good skateboard company that shows about the care of it. Even if I have to travel around in a little bloody camper van making my boards custom, like I don't care. I take my art skill anywhere. So to get as I said, to get DMs back from Heron Skateboards blew my mind. As I said, I can't show people the actual messages, but I can show people where he's like, because it's confidentiality, 100%, which I won't ruin. But people have said to me so much now, bullshit. And I'm like, well, I get how that seems like bullshit because I'm working out my bedroom, but it is really about the amount of work you put in. You can get noticed doing everything. I promise. Right, ready? Skate addiction, Herring Skateboards, verified is actually him. Sorry to hear about your injuries. Glad you, yeah. So, yeah, I don't want to show any more than that. But that's as far as I go when it comes to confidentiality. But yeah, pretty much him saying that I asked if I could do some, like, graphics with him. Like when I say they are like biggest, they are generally like, I mean, they're in games, they're in video games. That's how big it is. Like it's really fucking awesome, bro. It is awesome, and I was like sitting there like, I've got a company, Josh too. You've got a company. Keep it together. Keep it together. Like part of my inner child who skated Heron skateboards when I was growing up is sat there like, this isn't fucking real. Like this is utopian unit, like, you know what I mean, this dystopian, whatever the word is. Yeah, it's just a real man. But yeah, hard work pays off. It really does. But as I said, I will. When I say I get sober, I didn't touch anything again. I had a beer, but I was like, I'm not drinking. You know what I mean? When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. That's why I don't often say I do something, because then when I say it, I would do it. I know I'm gonna have to do it. But I've been telling people, like, my adopted mom, everyone's like, "Oh, nice dream, that's it." Just like, I literally had special, like, I don't, like, they generally thought, because obviously I've got not learning difficulties, just so I've got, you know, PTSD, complex PTSD, BPD. So they are mental health conditions. So they're not like, they're like inflicted trauma and stuff like this, but they really thought I'd never have a quality of a life, that you could tell that. And now it's so really just shocked everybody. But it's funny how everyone's like, "Oh, you know, that's how you." I'm like, "All right, now you switch up real quick." Bunch of skaters down your street, bro. Skaters are everywhere. We are literally like the big, like one of the biggest, in my opinion, communities out there for any sport. Because we come together more than other sport. Like, every other sport's torn apart by teams and favourites and da. But if you look at Tony Hawk when Science landed 900, he didn't go, you know, like, he was stoked. I think Mitchy Bruce landed like a, is it like a 200? I can't remember what it was. He did very. He went and just done it like when he was like 16 or something. And Tony, if that was someone else, would get so bitter about it. But you do this so people, you walk so they can run, right? That's it. Or, you know, if it wasn't for Rodney Mullen, look how humble that guy is. This is the skate community is just something to learn from. That's all I'm saying. There's something in it for everyone. Look how injured they get in this. I think that's what it is. You get injured so often that you just realise you are. It humbles you right to the core. You don't have the room to be like, I'm the best, because you hit concrete like 100 times a lifetime. 100 times a year. Plus. Bro, the amount of times I'd stack it on one spot, and I guarantee you on that, like, on one spot, I've fallen over more times than I've had hot food in my life. You know what I mean? Like hot dinner, like at the end of every day, like, guarantee it. 365 days, 25 years, easy, easy peasy. That's just skating for you, and it's ridiculous. Man, I have injuries and scars that I have all over my body, and I wouldn't change it. I had some great memories, I had some great times. VX1000s, old Sony camera, you know what I mean? Where I remember my mate dropping that in the flipping canal we were skating past, like, and like, at the time it was like heartbreaking, bro. Just jumped in there, like, no, you know what I mean? But you know, it's just, and now you look back and it's like, yeah, it is sad. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the memories of him fishing around in there trying to get it as well. Like, oh, bro, I think there's glass in it. Fuck, like my foot, and it's. I mean, it's just can't be it. Good times, bro. Don't know what happened there. So pure about skating, it really is. But yeah, being able to like not skate and be able to sit there and design graphics and stuff, knowing that you're giving someone to do the stuff that you wanted to do, I think that's a pretty selfless act. I do. I mean, you're still part of skate. You know, you're still involved. But I always said as well, someone's got to do the hard work so people can skate. Right? If everyone's leaving, there's so many companies that are closing up now because they think it's like the end of that era. And I mean, there's loads that hold through. There's loads that just kind of shelve it for a little bit. But I'm going to keep going through that because there's been time periods where, I mean, I think it's coming back again. I think we've gone through that period where it's sort of faded. I think I was like kind of towards the end of Braille, really, after all that shit. Because it's quite surprising to me, like, that stuff's got to be at least 4 years ago now. You know what I mean? Surely it's got to be nearly 4 years ago that we're hitting that shit. And that's crazy to me because I mean, that's like an end of an era. That's like, to me, that almost sank skateboarding because of how many people followed Braille and what happened. I feel like that really, really sank a lot of people's faith in skating, which is really sad to see. Because skating's not like that, man. That's just evil, corruption, greed. And that made people question an already greedy skate industry, in my opinion. Because it is. You know what I mean? It made people question an already greedy skate industry, which is just not good. And that's what I'm trying to bring back to. My beanies are like £10. I want to try and keep my merch like that low. Just because 100 people eventually or whatever want to buy it doesn't mean you have to go out and charge them 50 quid a beanie, £50 a jumper. Jumpers rip when you skate. Or if you're just holding your skateboard and you're holding it here and you've got your grip tape, it rips it. You don't want to be spending that much on a hoodie. And I understand as a skater. And it doesn't cost that much to make. So I don't understand the logic behind, okay, you know, I'm going to charge the people who want my people, skaters, like an arm and a leg, just so I can, you know, buy a penthouse in flipping Alicante. You know what I mean? It's a piss take, bro. I don't agree with it. I always want to be there as well, involved with like designing graphics from the get go till the day I'm not here, bro. That's like, I never wanted a company I could just be like, hey, it's just like passive income. Is it either that's annoying? That's why I've not sponsored that. Well, I have about to sponsor people, but that's why I haven't actually employed anybody. One, because it'd be a nightmare. Two, people obviously want paying. It would be a case of I'd end up paying people before I'd pay myself, because that is what you do with a company you want. And if you want to employ people, you've got to pay them before you can pay them. They're not doing it unless they're willing to do it for free. That is, and a lot of skaters will skate for free. So maybe get boards and stuff like that, but they also do it because they just love to see skating grow. But when it comes to like the ball ache work, no one wants to do that for free. I can tell you now. So it is about paying people. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I would rather have invested everything I have so far into the business. It's not about that, and then jobs will be available once it's grown. But like I'm letting it have its legs, if that makes sense. I'm giving its legs time to grow in the last 2 years. And as I say, somebody's got to do it. There's nobody in my area that's done that. Can't even get well, I can actually. If you want to go back and kickflip on a skateboard and a fingerboard, so it's nice for you to comment, bro, and be so nervous or worried about my state of my skating. But yeah, appreciate that, dude. Can you kickflip? Do a kickflip. That's fair. Fair play, man. But no, I can't. See, I'm not like you. I'm not one of those people that's chill, so I'm going to insult me and then I find something funny. It's cool. It's not an insult. That's what people class as insult. It is, but it's to me, it's not someone saying, dude, can't even kickflip. But I can. I'm just like, I don't want to do a kickflip to like prove a point, but I mean, I'd rather be able to go back and watch my footage. I've done it plenty of times. But I mean, I struggle to kickflip on the board these days. After injuries, I had injuries, like I said, like compound fracture where the bone came out my arm, slipped a disc in my spine, tore my ACLs, tore my MCLs, ripped the meniscus, broke my collarbone. Bro, I fucked myself up skating so badly. What accent, bro? This is my accent. This is how I speak. I don't know what you mean by accent. I had a sore throat the last few days, so I sounded different. This is how I sound. A little bit more, I guess. Like sometimes I add a little bit more of a pitch to it. Because if you don't, people don't really hear me all that often. Right, John, we're going to use that word, right? Nollie flip. Nollie flip. Nollie flip. God, the arthritis today is worse than it was yesterday. I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting it to do get better. Come on, switch flip. Nope. And this time. Damn you, switch flip. It's early enough, isn't it? We're going to take it and act like I landed it. That's what we're going to do. Faking what? I'm confused what you mean by accent. If you can elaborate on what you mean by accent. What do you think British people like? Ooh, yes, Trevor, that is a marvellous spoon. Oh, it's fabulous weather today. Is that what you think we sound like? Probably. I mean, seriously. I find that funny, bro. Bro's trying to come at me now even more. In it, precisely. I don't have an accent. Actually, everyone, that's the dumbest shit. Everyone has an accent. Yes, I have an English accent. Congratulations. I mean, you're not going to not have an accent, are you? That'd be very odd. It seems fake. Wait, what? You thought? No, this is called multicultural Britain, bro. This is why my family moved to UK anyway. But I respect British culture and values like 100%. Like, this is an amazing country. I love it. And I'm patriotic about it to a degree, but like, you know, proudly, like you should be. Like, anyone should be proud of where they come from, bro. Otherwise, what's the flipping point? Or running and fleeing and being like, but anyway, you look like an American, bro. Everyone says that. I don't. What does an American look like? Because what's funny is Americans are probably originally either Spanish, French, Dutch, and English. I'm just saying, I have a point because you guys went over there like 500 years ago. Yeah, Aztecs. Gone, well, I know that was longer before that, but you know what I mean? Like, smallpox. Wait, was it? No, yeah, it was before that. It was before the independence thing. Beer can. It's probably because we got a deeper voice. We don't like howdy y'all. That's like American. I can't do American accent, but it's like very much like. And then Australian accent is quite fucking important. It's fucking blue. It's because I spent 4 months out in Perth, so I've got quite a good Australian accent too. 4 months at one point, a little bit longer another time. But I think English people are good at accents, generally speaking, anyway. So I pronounce better when I do an Australian accent. And I find it funny, everyone's doing it. I'm like, no, because mine's just so casual. I can just do it with everything. I was tempted to do a live one time because I feel like I generally could convince people I'm an Aussie. Funny enough, no, it's like the one I can't do. I eat baby. I just think of Austin Powers, man. It's funny because that's like that's like stereotypical American joke racism. Like, I call it racism, but not racist. You know what I mean? It's racist because it's not American, it's English. But I don't find it offensive. I find it funny. Um, this is a difference. There should be offensive racism, and then there's like, it's not funny. How do you even do that, bro? It's what comedy used to be. It's different. Some of it's too far. It's a different time period, yes, but I mean, still, get in my belly. You know, like eat baby. That's my take on of a Scottish accent. Oh, I find that fucking. I don't know why I find that so funny. Oh well, we'll come back to that. Let's do a Scottish accent. Well, that's an odd one. So me, I'm not. You know, we're better at accent. I'm better at accents outside of England. So for Wales, I was obviously born in Wales, but it's like, what's it, curling? Barry, Wales. I can't do it. Just can't do it. Because I hear my aunt, who is Welsh, speaking. I can't, like, know what any of the men sound like, so that's what. But it's funny how you can do an accent outside of the UK. But the UK's got such a diverse accent. I was saying. Sunday, I guess. The funny thing is that Britain probably sound a little bit posher than other days, and you know. I feel like British people have this thing where when we're around people, like older people, we might speak a little bit smarter and posher. When you're around your mates, you might be a little bit more casual. Like, I don't know if that's the same everywhere. I'm guessing it's a little bit, but maybe to like the degree it is here. Some people completely change that. There'd be a guy that's like, I don't want a juice bar, mummy, right? And then there'd be a guy who'd be like, what are we saying, yeah? what's good? My bro's like literally crying to your mummy. Like, what are you on about? Some mummy's boy. Which you don't really get in the UK, I don't think, because as soon as you're 18, it's get the fuck out. Well, it's changing more, but I mean, I was in care, so it's even worse. It's not bad, like a boo-hoo. I'm happy. I cannot imagine anything worse than being like non-independent as an adult. That's really shit. I think that's worse than being like going through a load of stuff, to be honest with you. Because it's like then you've got to face the fears of the world as an adult, and you're like, oh no, that's got to be shit scary. But I'm good. Come on. I find it funny because I just think of all needy because I've already learned like the world's cool base, but I know already like how I need to be, who I need to be. You know what I mean? Like people are still figuring themselves out. I wonder if it's going to need like one more coating. I think it may. Don't know where to put it. So my back's is really hurting today. Well, I might go for a cigarette because I think that's what happens on my brain. It starts to wander. Don't smoke, kids. Absolutely. In the UK, they're actually banning it. If you're born after 2008, you can't smoke anymore. I love it because so many times, like people complain smoking's a thing. Then someone's like, "Oh, great! So now they're taking away people's freedom to smoke." People, I'm like, "Bro, oh no, we're going to complain about one thing that actually has zero benefit to anybody's health whatsoever." Like the difference is, a glass of wine. They've done studies. I don't drink anymore. But a glass of wine could potentially help with digest, like red wine, could help with the gut potentially. Not every night. I'm not condoning its use, however. I mean, Brits drink too much. It's worse off drinking. By the time I was 23, I needed a flipping colonoscopy and to take a omeprazole. That's how bad it is here in the UK. Like, you've got people that day drink, night drink, work drink. It's absolutely fucking mental. It's like the culture, bro. Irish aren't any better. No offense, love to the Irish, really, really love the Irish, but they really do like a Guinness. They do. Or it's just like drinking. It's just fair. It's fair gold to say that. But if I drink, it's like causing me to have worse body aches. And I think it's because I've seen things saying it's a neurotoxin, so that's why I'm like, fuck drinking. Why would you want to drink? We get some herbs, medical, I may add. But yeah, smoking, man. I have been addicted to opioids. I've been addicted to nearly anything. Things, barbiturates, benzos, pregabalin, anything you can really think of. And the one thing I've never managed to really get off of and stop is cigarettes. That to me is the most telltale sign. That is one of the most addictive substances known to mankind. Easy, without a shadow of a doubt. To the point where I've had nicotine supplements and I'm still mad because I'm like, it's not working for me. No, my body is latched onto it like a lifeline. So there's going to be a period like this year. I've decided 25 and done with it. I am going to just isolate myself like a flipping werewolf in a cage, right? For like a week or something until it's out of my system. Deal with the withdrawals. Have a pillow to scream into. Don't smoke anything because I don't want even to have like I've always worked better going cold turkey. It's difficult, but holy shit, your body don't latch onto the other thing it needs to do. Then you need to completely do that, tear the band-aid off. Sounds brutal, and if you make sure you don't do anything else in that time period, you will honestly be fine. And then when it comes back around, you start feeling a little bit better. Do something like go for a skate, go for a run, just do something to reconnect those things. Because if you then take a nicotine lozenge, your brain starts to go, I'll take one of those instead to keep calm, or I need one of those every hour. Then you just go, yeah, it's granted it's easy to get off of, but you're just going steps down. When if you are capable of just taking that, because that's the main goal at the end of the day, and it's the main leap. And if you can do it, it can be done in a week. The main cravings won't go in a week, of course not. But I mean, like, I mean, yeah, well, the main cravings go in a week, but I mean, like, you can still crave for quite a long time afterwards, but it's nothing on the same level. So there's one point in my life where I actually did manage to quit for about a month, and I honestly hate myself so much for going back to it. I was just I was just in the clear, man. I really was. Because in a month, like that point is fully the main withdrawal symptoms that come out. So I don't, bro. I'm not even like that one. My partner said, "Why do people get staring at us?" Because people just try and troll people when they think it's funny, but it just doesn't work. I don't look Asian or Korean at all, right? I don't look. I mean, but that's the block. Like my partner looked up and he went, "Is this one they're on about?" I said, "Well, I'm guessing so. It's going to be the one that looks nothing like me in it. That's just how people. That's what people do think. Haha, so funny. You make me laugh so hard. Well done. Same joke every day by different people." So people just go around copying the same jokes off of the people, thinking, "I'm going to do that one next," because that's hilarious. Because it's really not. Has that actually made anybody like laugh out loud, like really hard, piss themselves, rolling around on the ground? Are you rolling around on the ground in laughter? You know, I doubt it. It's just too funny, man. It's every day. So I'm going to write down, we're going to do a game of bingo, right? At some point. And it's going to be all the things people say on a life. Like, my friend just died. My mum just died. My house just burnt down. The list goes on and on and on and on. The amount of things people say is honestly quite fun. We're going to do a game of bingo. Right? We're going to tick them off. We're not going to let people know. We're just going to sit there and have the bingo card up there. And then once they say something, I'm like, tick, well done. And if we hit a certain point, we will then, I don't know, give to charity. Because it'll be all the nasty things people say. And so through that nastiness that people have been doing, we will donate to charity. So I'll be like, "Thank you, bro. We've just hit full house on the bingo card. Now I donate this to charity." That piss people off the best. Because it's absolutely brilliant. That's how you do it with kindness, bro. I promise you now, it really angers people the most. That is the rise they do not want out of you. It's the opposite. I love doing it. And that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be charity bingo live, and people won't know about it. They're going to wait for him to say something anti-Semitic or whatever. It doesn't matter. It'll be fun. And then we give to charity because then you look like the good person, bro. And they don't like that because they want to seem this. Oh, I'm an edgy guy who just likes to be fun online. I think I'm hilarious, but I really have no friends. I own that I have no friends. I'm straight about it. These don't try and proclaim something I'm not. I mean, you find many people don't become friends with a sociopath. It's a bit of a nuanced friendship. For most people, don't have the gravy. Balls. The chest. So I found myself, like I said. Someone's got to. Damn it. Oh, do you know what? Piss off. I'm gonna go for a cigarette. I will be back in a matter of, you won't even know it. I'm back. Trust me. And then I finished. I don't know. I feel like this needs one more coat, and then it needs a clear coat, and then we can remove the duct tape. I call it duct tape, man. Masking tape. But does that say Hunji? Did I pronounce that right? I feel like fair play, bro. Fair play. I love ollies. That next to a frontside shove it is actually my favourite trick of all time. I'm good, bro. So yeah, I've got a skate company. I make skateboards. This board's been sprayed white. It does have a graphic on it. You just can't see it 'cause it's got masking tape on it at the moment because it's a heat transferred on there already, and I didn't want to damage the graphic anymore. So I went over with the masking tape and then cut that around it, sprayed on it. Trust me, it come out nice. It literally looks like this. This one I've got in the background there, but I was like about white, but with this graphic, I think actually it's quite nice because orange with the black in it, it just really pops the saying about it, and then it's going to get a nice clear coat over it. And I really want to skate it, but I can't because this one's going up for sale. Oh damn it! Ugh. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Bear with. I love having this spinny chair. Just sit on it all day. Literally the best mental skin. Oh. Daddy. Every time I find something, that's all I ever hear in my head is "Got him." You know, it's like these nuts. I love that. It's like I love the fact that things used to have old meanings. Like CKY was camp yourself. I can't say what it was, but I love how things used to have different meanings. Now that's why I've just called it skate addiction because at the end of the day, some of my graphics are slightly controversial. This one says like flipping the ghetto bird, and it's got someone sticking their fingers up. Now this won't ever be in mainstream industry skateboard, but I really don't care. I'm not trying to be mainstream, bro. I'm trying to do my own thing. I'm trying, like, sort of mainstream, but then you know because people realize these boards with funny graphics will come back into demand. There won't be people just wanting baby like. When I say baby, I mean just suitable for everybody. If I can do it. But do you know what I mean? Like everything's because there's a bigger target audience. Cool, they've made everything suitable for everyone. But I'm also like at the same time, it just looks like selling out because like you're just trying to get money off of every single person rather than being like, no, I'm sticking with like blind boards used to have really, really. I mean, some not even just blind boards. Most skateboard companies used to have very questionable graphics, to say the least. Like, even graphics I wouldn't do now. So yeah, as I say, I liked blank decks as well growing up. This is why when I started making fingerboards, I was just going to make blank ones for myself. Because I didn't fingerboard either till 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Then I found out it was more than just holding the board. I was like, wait, what? So yeah, I've got loads of blanks in now. Well, not loads, but I will be getting more in. Print onto them. Heat transferred on. Then it's a flexible proof, flexi-proof paint because it needs to be. It needs to be able to bend slightly, obviously, because it's a skateboard. And then yeah, it'd be a clear coat over the top of that, and that clear coat is also flexi-proof, so it won't. It's like clear lacquer, lacquer. Sorry, when I hear lacquer, that's what I hear. Shaka lacquer, or something like that. Shake it like a Polaroid. Shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Sorry, people got to know that song, and if not, grow up. Learn yourself some good tunes now. So people always say to me, it was like shake it, like it says shake it, and so everyone told me it didn't say like a Polaroid picture. I'm like, it does. You just have to listen to it. It's closer towards it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, yeah, shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. It is like one time they say it in the whole song, and I was having this with my adopted dad years ago. I remember saying to him, I was like, it says it. He was like, no, it doesn't. got through the whole song. He's like, "Told you," and I was like, "Bam! I win." Good luck on your venture. I catch you around, bro. I appreciate the sub, and yeah, hopefully it all goes well. We've got beanies and tops and skateboards and fingerboards so far, and a website, an app that I'm designing currently. There's a lot of work to be done, but it's so fun, man. We're really having a good time with it, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, I'm gonna go spray this board now. I think give this just one more coat. As it's dried now, but I don't want to overload it on paint because I want the board to be too heavy. Because a surprisingly amount of heaviness will be added from the blank board light as shit. As soon as you add the graphic on it, the graphic don't weigh anything. It's ink, but the paint. I didn't want to waste a load of paint, but also if you just use a heat transfer graphic, it's just not as bold because you only need to use a substrate, which I've done. Because if people know about direct-to-film printing, fuck me, it's a nightmare. This is the other board I made for myself as well, and then I have another one with my partner on it. I have no idea where I put that board. I made a new type of wheel, a new type of wax. Oh, I'm so excited, bro. We're making waves. Waves? We're innovating, we're changing, and we're not innovating to boost the price up. I'm innovating to make shit affordable for people. Like urethane is so like the law is, well, not the law, but you're not meant to charge people for time in a mold. So when something's in a mold, something's curing, anything like that, you're not meant to charge people more money. It's just meant to be the cost of materials and the time labor you put in yourself personally, which you're not doing when it's curing on its own. But they seem to charge like £60 plus for some urethane fingerboard wheels too. Why are fingerboard urethane wheels more expensive than a skateboard urethane wheel? I know it has the bearings in it, but the bearings aren't that. I'll be honest with you, they're not that expensive. I can sell when I start making these urethane wheels, I could sell them for like 20 quid, 15, 20 quid. People are like, what? Why? What? And that's what I mean. Ask Pyro. Why? Ask these other companies why they're so expensive. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to like have a dig at these other companies. I'm so utterly baffled. And it's not my place to question it if I'm not a customer. Okay, cool, bro. Fuck. I love when people come on and try and be like, fuck off videos. Like, what? Is that meant to like hurt my feelings? Shut down. Shut through the heart. And you're too late. No, you gave the babe name. Do you know what? Actually, at the same time, it really don't bother me, bro. It really don't. I have my own skate company, so. Okay. I'm happy, Larry, boy. I make my own skateboards, fingerboards. I have a community. I have people that know you, which is quite nice in itself. But knowing you for, I love it, but I don't care. Like, well, people do care because people listen to me waffle for like hours, which is impressive shit. Fair play to people that manage to clock in and listen to me talk for an hour, plus 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. That's that's impressive. That's like a Hobbit movie. That's impressive. Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, whatever you want to fucking, Rightio. I'm going to be back. I'll be back. Right, I'm going to spray these boards down one last time. Just this one here anyway. This one, I don't think. I'm tempted to give it another coating, but where I've already done the peel, I can't. Oh, I shouldn't have done the peel, man, because it was meant to have another coating over the whole board. Shit. Okay, I might do that in a bit then. But yeah, so I just say think of myself, but at the same time, I'm not really thinking to myself, am I? Crazy. But my day's gone crazy. Right. I love you. I will be back. But every time I hear that, I just hear Arnold Schwarzenegger in my head. So I'll be back. I like not dreading the process. It's just letting it dry again and then spraying it down. Like, do I want to buff this maybe a little bit? I don't know how that's gonna work out. Yeah, I was wondering if I can actually kind of buff the wall up a little bit, right? Really excess. Only because where it's raining today, I don't want to be left
doing this, or not being able to do this. Just want to go spray it down now. Yeah, it works. You see, I'm really not scratching off. I'm just getting like, you can't really see it, but it's little flaky bits of paint that are kind of cured weird. So I say let it cure first. You know, people trying to get like paint smudges off, not smudges, but like a hair. Well, hairs are a bit different actually. But at the same time, I would just wait for it to dry if you can. Pick it out, buff the area, and repaint. That's the way to do it. Oh shit. That's good. I like it. I'm a miracle worker. That's what it is. I'm so fucking boring. People can be like, wait, I feel it. I have the power. Excellent. Top-notch banter, my guy. Well, my person, my people. I don't know what to say. I mean, so my guy's like, sounds like I'm not a guy. I'm like, yeah, but everyone's included. We're all the same, ish. If you ever hear me making grunty noises, it's because I smoke. I struggle to breathe, so that's another reason not to smoke in it. So I sound like a grunty pig. Sorry, it's not funny. That's not funny. But the whole, actually, for a second, I was like, oh, that's really sad. And I was like, oh shit, well, this can't. Oh, I like White Miracles, or this is top notch joke maker. Joke maker? Fuck it, my brain today. Anyway, right, I'm going to spray this. Dream of these beautiful boards. So I am singing to myself, so sometimes I lose a bit of my mind a bit. It's like I want a radio in it, I really do. But if you do radio, it's like, copyright. Right, anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave. I'll be back in 10. It might be like 15, so I have a cigarette. I don't really want to be spraying at the same time. Bit of a fire hazard, that one. As you can imagine, imagine that shit. Like, up in flames. I must say, that was lit. Oh, shit, Joe. Right. You're one of the kind who mash up my mind. Yeah, I'm cool for being Welsh. It's the only reason. Trust me, it's just a Welsh aspect of it. If I was British, then I'm joking. I'm joking to my fellow Brits. I'm very patriotic. I love England. Is that Unk? Is that what that means? Am I Unk now? Am I Unk status? Which is just old and lame. I don't think so.
because I have my own skateboard company and I play with toys still. So I'm fun. I am a fun person. Not that I can play with them successfully, but if anything, that's even better because I'm somebody who can't play with toys, who tries to play with toys. Not someone that can successfully play with toys, someone who's trying to and failing. I mean, what more could you ask for? That was pretty clean. Because I make them, and like even if I didn't make them, I'd still skate. I think you just got to have fun in life. If you don't, I mean, look how boring people get. Holy shit! Turn down that noise. Oh, you're being noisy. Like that, bro. Be boring when you're dead. I'm just saying. You have a very, very short existence. Have a good time, and a response. Wait, you're unique. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I'm sort of responsible. I try to be. I mean, being an adult is a difficult thing. Do you know what I mean? I think we can all agree when you're out, it's like. So I mean, kangaroos are nuts, guy. Like this guy's parachuted in, and he's just been attacked by kangaroos. It's probably their territory area, but yeah. When I went to Australia, bro, he's just hopping down the street. And there was one that was like, angry with the bin and was just kicking this fucking bin. I don't know why you're angry. It's just like in the bin that he wants. I don't even know. Angry little shits, and you got snakes. So my spine's getting uncomfortable, and I done like a 180 round of checks, a 360 because I was up at the cigarette. And I found it. See, responsible semi. That's not a good word to use, is it? Partly not. Partly, I'm still like, oh, I'm 25 and get things wrong all the time. So I don't want people to just idolize me that this guy gets everything right. I don't think I should have lights in the background. At the end of the day, it's not. My argument. It's not a complete set anyway. No, I've lost half of it. I did depend because I mean, it depends what you use stuff for. If it was for a pipe, people get what I'm getting at. It's a little bit different, but it's actually just also because I collected them over the years. They're quite colourful. Oh, I actually haven't yet. I didn't want to. I'm going to spray it again now. That's what I was about to. Where the fuck did I go? That's what I was about to go spray. Yeah, here he is. It literally just looks white at the moment. I think it's wants one more coat, just slightly. It's a light coating, which really does not take long to dry. It's quite nice. Oh, that's crazy. So you know that I have the patchy areas on my beard, right? They're proper growing in now because I done a derma roller the other day and it's growing some, and there's hairs after one go. I did not expect that. There you go. I mean, I proper did like it. My face hurt all evening because I've done it properly, not just half-heartedly. My face is like red. But you want all the what's it called, collagen to come to the skin to put like to heal and start the what is it production of like the the hair follicle. I don't fucking know. I'm not no scientist, but yeah. So I was getting annoyed with it, but damn, it works. Yeah, this time next year I'll have a full beard. It's exciting shit, man. I actually want a beard. It's one of those things that when you're growing up, you can't imagine yourself with a beard, and when you got one, it's oh yeah, it looks so much better with a beard, for sure. Facts. People see me without a beard, it's terrifying. But no, yeah, I've peeled the bald as well. Can we do a trick over the knife? And then accidentally like, it's not a knife. It's not a knife. It's not a knife, mate. Throw down. That's how I see it, is like throwing it down almost. Try and get that. Not what I'm doing right now, that's for sure. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go spray the board now then. It's quite smooth. Wait, do you mean go away or go what? But if they want to chat, people can chat. You know what I mean? I could just say, I don't know. That's why I don't like English. That's why I don't like type things written, because they don't make sense. Like there could be so many connotations depending on how you use grammar and punctuation and. You're right. Oh, I know what you mean now. As long as there's no discrimination, only against rollerbladers here. I'm joking. Probably I'm a rollerblader. No discrimination. Only against my hair. Okay. Only things allowed discriminatory. Because I fucking love my hair, and I find it so funny when people try and tap my hair. Like, my favourite thing is like, what? Wait, I've got a bird's nest going on my head. I woke up, I went to bed, I was back inside yesterday. Like, what the fuck do you think I did? I didn't realise my hair was going this long and it's just got unmanageable. That's what I always think. I'm like, at one point it did, yeah, but now I realise I'm not paying 20 quid to get my hair cut for them to butcher my curly hair when I just have just gonna rock it out. Right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna own it. And now I feel like I'm growing into my hair more. But I just sent you a text and I will be, don't worry if you aren't watching or you're not. I'll respond in a second anyway. I don't know. I don't know where we are, bro. Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. I'm not hilarious. Right, I'm off. I'll be back in 10, 15, in between the two, probably more 15 minutes because the spraying this bastard down takes a while. And just to sit there as well. So I'm not just going to run in, but I want to let it cure as much as I can in the sun. Anyway, peace and love. And I'll be back. Robotoly 15-ish. Always looking nice. I know the one is going to switch there. That's just kind of part where. Wish I could go for a skate day, but my bushes are I need new trucks. So just completely blown out. Anyway, peace. I really appreciate the support. Peace and love. Sorry, let's finish the other half. That was weird. So that's what I fucking want right now in the world. It's peace and love, bro. We need to all get along. I mean, it's wishful thinking. We one day at a time, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I'll catch you guys in 15. Peace.